welcome to a state tournament edition of Main Street Connect's FCIAC Football Fast 5. Everything you need to know about Fairfield County High School football, all in 5 minutes or less. With me once again is former Stanford High School head football coach and professional football scout for JL Sports, Kevin Jones. Kevin, welcome to the postseason.
I'm excited to be here. Let's go.
Alright, before we get to the state tournament, let's recap our FCIAC championship. It was fantastic, had a great game. Kevin, what was the biggest surprise from the FCIAC title game to you?
I can't decide whether this was, Staples' defense giving up their highest point total of the season, 27 points, or maybe it was Greenwich's defense getting torched for 31 points, because prior to that, against FCIAC opponents, they had given up under 11 points a game. That was a little bit surprising to me, but what makes this game great every year are the storylines that come out of it, and it's always the best game of the year. And this year, you have a sophomore quarterback, Jack Massey, who went 16 of 22, by the way, for 207, had a great game. Finds Peter Bonifant with a 16-yard touchdown with 1:21 left. And the best part of the story is it was Peter's first touchdown catch of the season. So you have a guy that was mainly a defensive player catching this pass at the end of the season, makes him the hero of the game. He wins the FCIAC championship. It's a great story, and the game every year is a wonderful game. And there's going to be a lot of games tonight in the state playoffs that aren't nearly as good as that game was on Thanksgiving.
Alright, we're done with the regular season. Let's look ahead to the state tournament. We have 3 teams from the FCIAC that have qualified for the state tournaments in Class LL and L. First, we'll start with Staples. Kevin, what has to happen for Staples to make it to the state finals?
First thing they have to do is beat Ridgefield tonight. And you never want to have to play a conference opponent in the playoffs. You'd rather play someone that's not prepared for you. And I think we can all agree that Ridgefield is going to be prepared for Staples. But I still think this is an easy pick for me. Staples is going to win this game. When Ridgefield played Norwalk, they could not stop the run. They got pounded with it, wound up losing the football game. And I think Staples has proven to all of us that they can find a multitude of ways to beat you running the football with a bunch of different guys. So I think they're going to get a heavy dose of run game tonight. They're going to shorten that game up, and Staples is going to come away victorious. If they win that game, they'll probably go on to play they're going to play the winner of the Hall-Newtown game. And from what my guys up there tell me is Hall's probably going to win that game. And I think, again, Saturday that becomes a winnable game for Staples. And going into the state championship, I can almost guarantee you they're going to play Xavier. And the X-Men, that's a tough draw for anybody in the state championship game. But to get there, I think they have 2 winnable games, Ridgefield and Hall High School.
Question 3, same thing for Norwalk. What has to happen for the Bears to make it to the Class LL finals?
Well, Norwalk's only loss of the season was to New Canaan. And New Canaan is a very similar program to the one that they're going to play tonight, Conard High School. And, the Chieftains just got blanked on Thanksgiving by their crosstown rival Hall High School. They're reeling. They got kind of pounded a little bit. And I love the fact that Norwalk's going to take this heavy run game and go up there and pound a team that just got pounded on Thanksgiving. So I really like their chances to win this game tonight, even though they're traveling a long distance to do it. And I can see them winning this game and then having to play that same Xavier team I just talked about on Saturday, and that could be a really difficult game for the Norwalk Bears. However, if they win, it will be the upset of the year, and we'll do an entire show just on that game.
Alright, speaking of difficult roads, going down to Class L now, what's it gonna take for New Canaan to make the Class L finals? And it's gonna take something.
It's gonna take about 600 offensive plays and about 400 points, because they're going to be in some track meets over the next two games. They've got to go up to New London, and that's the same team that when they came down to Greenwich ran all over them and put up about 55 points on Greenwich, who, by the way, just almost won the FCIAC championship game on Thursday. So the last time New Canaan played a team with the kind of athleticism that New London has was Stanford. And it didn't turn out too well for New Canaan. I don't like this matchup at all for the Rams. If they get by them, then they've got to play the Windsor Warriors on Saturday. And Windsor's even bigger and more athletic than New London. So this is a tough, tough draw. If New Canaan can get by those 2 teams, they can breathe a sigh of relief, because I think it's going to be a much easier game to play Hand or Massac in the state championship.
Alright, and finally, who do you got winning the Class LL and L tournaments?
Well, I'm gonna go all 4, because I want it on record. I want to make my predictions.
All 4. Here we go.
But Double L, obviously, if anyone's watched the show over the last couple of weeks, you know that I like Xavier. I've got a man crush on Xavier, and only because they're so big. They look like a college football team. Their offensive line, they have 260 pounders, 250 pounders. They're big, big guys, and they mash people. And they've got 2 great quarterbacks. One's better than the next. They're both going to be college quarterbacks. So, very difficult team to beat. I love Xavier and Double L, but if they play Staples, I'm not counting them out, because it's going to be one heck of a football game, all right, and it'll be crowded. In L, I think it's really difficult I want to pick Windsor. I love Rob Fleet and the coach up there. He's a good friend of mine. But I can't go against the #1 quarterback in the state, because quarterbacks can win these games at the high school level. And Casey Cochran is clearly the best quarterback in the state of Connecticut. He won the state championship last year quite easily, actually, and I think he's going to do it again this year. Those are my 2 picks. And if you want my other guys in Class M, I like Ansonia and Ledyard, and my boy Jimmy Bunicore at Ledyard's got the Colonels going. I think he's going to win a state championship there this year. And my sleeper pick is going to be Northwest Catholic. Coach Mike Tyler's got these guys #1 scoring defense in the state, and I think they're going to kind of come out of nowhere and win that Class S state championship.
All right, that'll do it for now. Tune in later this week. 2 games in 1 week, so we'll have 2 episodes in 1 week. Come back on Friday for more of Main Street Connect's FCIAC Football Fast 5. Until then, I'm Eric Gendron.